think I like it. I mean, honestly, I like the motorcycle.
All right, let's move on.
Yes,
Because
to
you
throw at you.
love Rise of the Beast Wheeljack.
Take the box and throw it at you. My mom said if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I do not have it pre-ordered.
Really? Oh, wow.
This would actually be a impulse buy as well. Complained about was the size. The price is going up and the size is getting smaller. So I know we've been beating that, especially you've been beating that drum for months now. Welcome back, guys. Happy Halloween. As always, I'm Bobby the Bot.
And I'm James the Con.
And here we are back with another round of news. But, of course, we wanted to say happy Halloween. I'm in my pumpkin outfit. Maybe not, but close enough.
Yeah, so I hope you guys had a great Halloween. I know we're a little late, but let us know any of your Transformers Halloween memories. Who you dressed up as. Let's start that as the question. So we're going to start doing questions before we get into the news. And let's have the first one be, have you ever dressed up as a Transformer for Halloween?
Or did you do it this year, even?
Or did you do it this year? And if you did, I want to see it.
I know, that'd be cool.
So, except unless it's that scary Megatron costume.
Which you were supposed to wear.
You didn't buy it for me.
Somebody said they were going to buy it for you.
Well, I didn't get one. So.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. Maybe we'll set up a P.O. box at that time. So let's just get into the news. And let's start off with some leaks. And this is kind of cool. I want to know your opinion on this first. We have Reactivate Optimus Prime. So here's like the transformation sequence. And they did a really cool job. This is a leak. This is not an official photo. Hasbro should hire this person to do their photos because this is really cool. It's having the mid-transformation and like he's jumping into it. I don't have any other pictures of the alt mode, so why don't we talk about that now? What do you think of this alt mode?
I think I like it. I think I actually like this figure. Let's
talk about bot mode in a bit. Let's just focus on the alt mode.
Yeah, it's kind of it looks like he's been rolling through some stuff. I see that he has I don't know what those things are called on the front, but
the cow catcher.
Okay, is that what it's called? Okay,
I think. Correct us if I'm wrong. He has the big scary grill.
he has the scrapper front on him. That's what I'm thinking of from the Constructicons. But I think I like it. It looks like a modern-ish version of him. It looks like, the colors look decent. I think I like this.
Yeah, I think the game is set in the future, so it's a futuristic, flat nose truck. I don't know if that's the right term. It probably isn't. But I think it looks really cool. I like this alt mode. It looks like a futuristic truck, and I would take it, as an Optimus Prime. So now let's talk about the bot mode. What do you think about this?
I think I like this as well. I really like that axe. But I think I like this as well. He looks proportionate. The picture on the right, he looks a little chest heavy, but the one on the left, it looks like it's a little bit more balanced out. So it could just be the pose he's in. But I think I like this.
Yeah, I actually like it as well. I'm not the biggest Optimus guy, but I'm like, $35. I think this fits it. It doesn't look like it has many gaps or, a new term I learned, waffling. I've never heard that before. It looks like it has the Matrix. The gun's a little dinky and so is the axe. I will say that. But other than that, it looks good. And it's actually big. So here it is next to the other Gamer Prime, and it is quite a bit bigger. It looks just as wide, but a lot taller and more proportional. And it is a very good representation of the game model as well with Hasbro's budget. So I think this shows when Hasbro wants to, they can do it.
And besides, on that picture on the top right, besides the waffling in the forearms, it looks like a solid figure.
Yeah. I don't like the hand color. That is one thing. I wish the hands were like blue or something, but it is accurate to the game design.
Well, I've never played the game, or I can't.
Well,
I can
there's the picture of it in the corner.
Well, or I was gonna say, or seen the game really. Now, I guess it looks. I mean, the colors are off a little bit, and it could be because of the shading, and of course. But I think I like this.
Yeah, I think I might be putting a pre-order in. I liked the Bumblebee. The Starscream was good besides the coloring. And this one seems to be good as well. So I'm hoping we get that Slipstream. I don't know if you remember, but when we looked at that Slipstream design, it was really good. So I'm hoping we get that. And that RC, and they have some cool designs. So this gives me hope.
Hey, I might be opening up the account for the Hasbro Fund again.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, let's talk about just announced. And I think your account, your Hasbro account, is going to close a little bit when you see the Studio Series. I don't know if you've seen them, but let's go through them. First one is Mohawk, which was leaked. I understand they have a budget. This thing is, I love the knife. I'm going to be positive. That knife is really good. I'm going to take one out of Bobby's book. I like the knife. But the third-party one looks a lot better. It's a double the price, if not triple. But yeah,
the motorcycle's okay. I mean, honestly, I like the motorcycle.
All right, let's move on. Next, we've got Frumble, and this is, I guess, a concept. So they're doing concepts. There's a new concept line for Studio Series because they ran out of people, I guess, to do figures for. So now they're doing concepts, which again has me hope that we'll get a new Wreckage. But I guess this is supposed to be. I wrote down Frenzy, but I think it's technically supposed to be Rumble. I don't know. It looks like a tiny Onslaught to me, or a Bruticus, tiny Bruticus.
I can see that now that you mention it. Two things. The pile drivers don't even look like they'll reach the ground when he's on his knees.
They don't. They don't look like it. They won't.
So when I first saw this, I actually thought it was a bus. And I was like, oh.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I thought it was a Rumble bus. I just thought half his body was cut off. And then I noticed that he's on bended knee. So he's proposing to somebody or whatever. And they said no and cut his hands off because those pile drivers definitely aren't going to touch the ground. And I can't tell how tall he's going to be. But then I looked at that thing that I guess they're calling the alt mode.
So I have the Bumblebee Soundwave, and he came, or I didn't. I had to buy Ravage separately, and he turned into the similar thing, and they turned into cubes that like fit into his chest. So I get why they did it, but it's just a folded up character. It doesn't turn into a tape or a bomb. Maybe it's a bomb. I don't know.
I like the colors. I really, really like the colors on here. They look good. That deep blue, the lighter blue on top, that the details in the gray, the red and the yellow looks great. I love the colors of it.
Moving on. I know you cannot wait to get your hands on this figure. You got the other ones, and you're going to add this one to your collection. You can't wait for the Masterpiece to come out. Am I right?
Yes.
Because you love Rise of the Beast Wheeljack. Take
the box and throw it at you. Because you asked for a crazy repaint, and this is what they gave you. Crazy repaint. There you go.
So, a few things I wanted to talk about this. I don't know why they did a clear gun. That's a weird choice. And also, both of the deluxes we're going to talk about are 4.5 inches tall. I think that's the new standard for deluxe sizes. And I just want to say, told you so.
That's as he takes a drink. Yeah.
Tastes like victory. Because I told you they were going to get smaller and smaller. And I actually pulled out a ruler when I saw that. And I was like, oh my God. That's like a Legends figure.
I'm literally looking at, what's on my counter here or my desk, whatever this is, that I can compare, and I'm like, my Fire Stick remote. But I think even that might be
a little taller. Yeah. Objectively, not talking about the size, I think it is an okay looking figure. It looks very hollow from the torso. Like, it looks like it's just a flat panel from like the chest, like the abdomen area. I could be wrong. Even if this was named a new character like Pablo and it had a cooler head, I still probably wouldn't be picking it up. It looks, it's the licensing, the VW van that really screwed this figure over, if you ask me.
So if I look at it and then look away and look back really fast, it looks like he's wearing a football helmet, which would have been cooler than these big old glasses that he's wearing, or whatever you want to call them. So I like the color. Here we go again with the color. I like the color of the figure.
Well, we just keep moving on, so let's move on. And we've got Scorponok, who is a Predacon, and he's 4.5 inches tall again. So why don't you take this first? What do you think about this?
My mom said if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
I've just got to say, this looks worse than the $14.99 one I bought that came with a little minicon. I don't know the proportions are all wonky. I hate that the tail is just a weapon. And like the claws like invert and they give him these little grabby hands instead of having the claw hands. And I hate the colors. I hate that he's 4.5 inches tall. And I hate that they called this Scorponok because I'm not buying this. I don't care.
I like the details it looks like scales in the tail.
Okay, there we go. Bobby likes the tail. I don't like anything about this. So, he wasn't purple in the movie. He was like metal. I know you don't remember, but anyways, let's just move on because this is making me sad. We've got... You didn't even let me say it. So this was officially revealed. We've already talked about it a little bit, but they did show some behind the scenes that I wanted to get into. The one thing I wanted to say is that spaceship mode looks like my first Transformers spaceship mode. And here it is in action, and it doesn't look bad from these angles. It kind of looks cool. But then they decided to show it against the original one that came out in like 2012. Oh, first, let's see. So they modeled it after the CAD model. They said, we wanted to show you that we modeled this after the CAD model. Here it is. And we showed, here it is with the old one, and you could see the differences and stuff. So looking at this, do they look similar to somebody who has not played the game? I want your opinion.
No.
Okay.
No.
Here it is with the old one from 2012. That was a deluxe, I think, for $14.99 versus the $34.99 one 12 years later. Which one of these looks closer to that model?
The 2012.
And they said they had to increase the cockpit size to fit how it transformed. And I'm like, they didn't have to do that with the one in 2012. I have the one from 2012. That was when I was buying everything Hasbro. I bought the whole wave on BBTS. I just buy it all because you'd get like $5 off. So I got this one. I have Starscream and I have Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker in this mold. They're really cool. They had Gatling guns that come together and they would spin. They were pretty good figures. Still wasn't my favorite design. And I know it's not the designers at Hasbro. I'm sure if they were to have unlimited budget, they would make one that looked a masterpiece one just like the game model. But the budget constraints, I think, really hurt this figure.
So just going from the bottom up, it's like they were on par with the legs, look similar going up. I think they improved on the waist, where the legs connect. But when you get to the torso and that cockpit, that's where it like loses me.
Yeah. I think if that was different, it would be a completely different figure.
Yeah.
If maybe they redid the cockpit, because they said the head and the nose cone flip into the cockpit, which is why it had to be so big. And maybe they could have figured out how to transform that differently so it wasn't so big. Because it's really skinny on that game model.
It is. And so this, I was out on this when I first saw it. The previous page, it reminded me of something. Can you go back to the alt mode? No, the alt mode.
Oh, well, let's talk about, here's the alt mode. Here's the alt mode comparison.
So, well, not so much on this picture, but the other picture you showed, it reminded me, that picture, it reminded me of Snapdragon, the Terracon.
Oh, it does, with littler wings, but I totally see that.
So that's the first, and I was like, oh, that actually looks good. And so I was just like, oh, there might be hope for this. And then you ruined that hope. But so in this picture, it doesn't look as good from this angle. But now, looking at the comparison, I like the wings on the 2012 version because I don't understand how this 2024 version is going to fly with these little bitty wings and this. I mean, like, it's almost like a ship more than like a watercraft than it is a jet or something.
So I was reading some of the comments, and they did say it's supposed to have smaller wings. It's more accurate to the game, for whatever reason, than the 2012 one. But the 2012 one, I don't care about accuracy. The 2012 one just looks cooler.
Yeah.
With the cockpit, and it looks more like Starscream. Do I like it as a Cybertronian Starscream? No, not really. I'd rather have a Tetrajet. We've talked about that on the show before. But it looks like a play school transformer because of that big cockpit. I feel like if they shrunk this just from the cockpit up, maybe 25%, it would look so much better.
So something else that this reminds me of, it looks like it could be like two parts. Like the cockpit piece could like pop off and become like its own little ship or whatever. And then the remaining body will be like a ship as well. And then they merge together and form a bigger plane or something like that. Like that's what the idea of it looks like. But being that this is just one figure solid, you lose me.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, we're not bashing the designers. We know they could probably make some amazing stuff, but I think the budgeting really hurt this figure.
I wonder if it's even more so like not even the budget, but the profit. We don't want to spend as much into a figure.
Exactly.
Not even so much budget wise. We just don't want to put a lot of in it because we want to make so much off of it.
And another thing is, I'm not very familiar with the games. This could be a dead-on representation of the alt mode, and I still would hate it.
In essence, we could be completely wrong, and people who love the game or know the game could be like, no, Bobby, James, shut the heck up. You don't know what you're talking about. This is what we wanted. And so if that's the case, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, please let us know. But when Kojima, from Metal Gear Solid fame comments on a Transformer, that's a whole separate version of bad. But let's talk about some good. This thing looks good. This is a Scrapheap, and I actually do like it. I like the remolding that they've done with this. I might get this. I haven't put a pre-order in. But if I see it in store, it might be an impulse buy. I know you probably already have it pre-ordered.
I do not have it pre-ordered.
Really? Oh, wow.
This would actually be an impulse buy as well. Actually, I mean, I'll get it. I'm just not in a rush to get it.
I get you.
So if I see it, I'll grab it. No
Questions
problems.
asked.
But to go out and put a pre-order in, nah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that surprises me. Now, the last one that I think is what a lot of people wanted is Leader Class Megatron. And I've got to say, it's not bad. But I've got some more pictures. What are your first impressions of this?
When I first saw the bot mode, I was like, okay, we're doing something here. This looks kind of cool. When I saw the alt mode, I was just like, yeah, we did something.
I actually liked it. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna buy it, but I liked it. But let's get into it. So here's more 3D renders of the bot mode, and this is why I'm not gonna pick it up. It's barely larger than the Voyager. And I'm sure there's a lot of more engineering in this, but I still can't wrap my head around spending $56 for something that's as big as Antagony. You know what I mean? I just have a hard time wrapping my head around it. But it looks fine.
So it's funny you mention that, because I just found out that one of my neighbors is a Transformer fan as well. And so we were talking, and one of the things that we both complained about was the size. The price is going up and the size is getting smaller. So I know we've been beating that, especially you've been beating that drum for months now. I just, when the quality is going down and I already don't really love the figure or know the figure or anything like that, I have a harder time saying that I'm going to buy this. I'm going to spend more for something that I don't want, that I don't like, and I'm going to have buyer's remorse on. Yeah. And that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. But the cool thing about this is it's actually a triple changer. So I don't know if you knew this, but it's a tank and a jet. I really like this aspect of it. It kind of brings in Megatron from all the different universes, and they can have it. I will still wait for a repaint, unless they just do a boring repaint like Blitzwing. I would totally be out on that. But like Double Dealer or somebody cool like that, if they're not going to do it. But if they did, I'd probably pick this figure up. I just don't need a Megatron that's this small in my collection.
I don't, and again, it could be spot on. I don't like the tank mode. I don't like the jet mode. I like the bot is okay. The bot mode's okay. But it just...
So this is a concept. This has never been anything in media. So they could do whatever they want with it, which is why I think it looks more cohesive than, let's say, some of the ones that they had to make the alt mode exactly like a VW bus.
Right. Yeah. I just don't like it. When I initially saw the tank, I kind of was just browsing through, and I was thinking Metal Gear. And so, you know, they had the Megatron that came out, I think it was early last year, the Mega Tank.
The third party one?
The third party one that we both wanted to get, and I don't think either one of us picked up.
No, but I'm glad I didn't, because I saw it at TFCon, and it is huge.
Yeah, I think I still want it. I just forgot about it. But that's what I was thinking of initially, and I was like, And then I started looking a little bit more into it, and I was like, okay. And then they said triple change. I was like, And I saw this, and I was like, not okay. So
yeah,
this is going to be a pass for me.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a pass for me too at that price point. If this was Voyager priced, even if it was a little smaller, I probably would have picked it up just to see what the engineering is like. But at $55, I'm out.
I think you should still get it.
No, you're not going to be able to peer pressure me. Trust me. But let's move on. And let's move on to something you need to buy, because you are the Legends collector. What do you think of H49B by New Age, Caligari, which is Shattered Glass / I can't think of the name. The G1 character's name.
Wheeljack?
No. That is the Shattered Glass. Slicer. Slicer.
Yeah.
And obviously this is a Shattered Glass deco. It has a retooled head, and it comes with a new pair of rocket launchers and a clear rifle, just like the original Shattered Glass toy. Do you have this on pre-order?
No.
No. What about later on tonight, will you have it on pre-order?
Maybe.
That's what I thought. It looks really good. I want this in MP scale.
I love the color. I do want to see it from a different angle because the Wheeljack I was not impressed with at all.
Yeah.
But this angle of it, oh yeah, that looks really good.
And they really need to give their photographer a raise because this picture sells it. This is so cool. I love that head sculpt. I wish it was larger. I don't need it, but I like it.
I like it.
Now, this is the one I don't think you'll be picking up, and that is Exhaust or H49M Phantomos. And he comes with almost exactly the same things as the original, except he does have those rocket launchers from the Shattered Glass Deco with the dinky little gun. This looks really good, too. I don't know what about it. It looks better than the Wheeljack. The proportions look better. The colors are doing this mold a service. Now, will you be picking this up too?
Nope.
Because you have the MP one, right?
I do have the MP one.
Yeah.
So I may get Slicer because I have the Shattered Glass Hasbro version that's still in the box. But I think I might get that one. This one looks good, and both of them look better than the original Wheeljack mold that they came out with.
Yeah.
I don't know why, you know.
I think somehow the colors like cut the legs off or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'd have to look at it again.
I do too. And the chest doesn't look as bulky as it did on.
Right? Yeah.
You know, that was what was offsetting with the Wheeljack, is that the chest looked so big and then the rest of it was just kind of like there. So this looks good, but I will be passing on this one.
Yeah, I agree. And again,
good picture.
This guy does some great photography. Or these people, it could be more than one person. Yeah, they need to get higher. Yeah, exactly. All right, next we've got TR02A, Commander of the Stars. This is the metallic version from Transform and Roll Out, Cybertron Optimus Prime. And I think it looks great, but a lot of people had problems with the original one, with the fingers falling off and it not transforming properly and stuff. So because of those QC issues that were widespread, I'm out on this, even though I think it looks great.
I'm out on this because I don't like the way it looks. I don't need Batman mixed with Optimus Prime in this right here. Don't
you already have one of those on your shelf?
Yeah, but he looks more like Batman than he does like Optimus Prime. So, yeah, I don't have a connection with the character either. So that was kind of easy. I don't know. I just don't see Optimus Prime flying like this. It's almost similar to, I guess, the way I feel about Beast Wars and the Fusors or whatever they're, you know. I don't want to see a truck and a plane merge and become something, you know. And that's kind of what I'm seeing on this, and it's just taking me too far away from how I see Transformers, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. I always liked this design for Prime. I thought it looked really cool. I liked that he had wings. It was different. I just am scared that it's going to fall apart, and I would rather have the repaint where it's black instead of blue. I think that's really cool. The black and red, it looks really neat. And, you know, for somebody like you could make it another character. Instead of Prime, it's Star Prime, Galaxy Convoy. You know, it could be somebody else.
Vortex. No, there's already a Vortex. Nope, can't do that. Never mind.
Galaxy Vortex. There you go. Let's move on to this. So we've got MS Toys. That's Magic Square, I believe. MSB09A Trailblazer. And this is going to be full metallic body paint. It's going to have this is verbatim what Translate told me. Different texture, different experience, and thick hair early next month.
I mean, I know my hair's growing, but I'm trying to figure out where his hair is.
I don't think you want to know.
Yeah.
No, anyways, this looks good. He's never been one of my favorite Transformers. I mean, so I don't have the Masterpiece. I think this looks better proportion wise than the Masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wouldn't get this even if I was a Legends collector. But you, I know, already got Beachcomber, so don't you need his buddy?
I will not be picking this up either. I don't like the bot mode looks great. No complaints here. The alt mode, it looks like it's kind of compressed a little bit. I feel like the truck part of it needs to be a little bit taller. So I wasn't gonna pick it up either, anyways. But that's kind of my feeling about the front of the truck. I don't know what it is. It just looks like it's a little bit too smashed a little bit. So
I see now that you said that, I can definitely see it.
Yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be an easy pass for me as well.
Yeah. Then we've got Mag-1 Brave base cardboard set from Magic Square as well. So I think these are pretty cool. They are about 27.5 by 13.8 by 7.8 inches. They're only about $30, $25 on sale right now. They're really cool. I would get them if they were a little bit bigger, because they're a little small for they're great for Legends, I think. So with that being said, I think the Legends collector in you should purchase both of them if you haven't already, but the way you're looking right now.
No, honestly, with any of the reviews of or shorts that I've done, you'll notice that I have a Decepticon background or an Autobot based background. I like seeing Teletran 1 and all those look really detailed, and if they were in MP size, I would be buying these.
Yeah,
they look really good.
And here is the Decepticon one as well. So this is Dark Spacecraft Mag 2.
Yes.
So they look great. I just wish they were a little bit bigger.
If they come out with a bigger size, bought.
Yeah, I'll probably buy them as well, because I need a background. At least this one. I'll probably buy this one.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some updates. First thing is Figure King number 309 came out, so they showed off a lot of stuff, but a lot of it was what we've already seen. So I picked these out because it showed the Starscream and Waspinator 2-pack that you were going to buy closer up. And it also showed that re-release of that Bumblebee Prime, and it comes with the weapons that Primal came with. I think that's what they're showing, or those weapons are the ones that come with Primal, and they're just showing it off that they're cross-compatible. I can't read this, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, Hooked on Phonics, didn't work. No, I thought about the Starscream. I'm out on that. I like the three pack of Soundwave, Megatron, and Shockwave, but again, I'm out on that as well. Even though he comes with the throne, I do have a MP size throne that I have my Megatron sitting on now, so I think that's going to be good enough for me. I don't like that Prime, so this looks good, but I don't think any of these figures will be making it into my collection.
Well, will this one? So we got Magmatron right here. I need your expertise. Is that hand a swivel or is it solid?
It looks like it's solid.
That's what I think too, especially with that tab.
Yeah.
So that makes this immediately not Hasbro Toy of the Year for next year for me. Which it had a possibility, but without swivels in the wrists, no, I can't get behind Gorilla Arms. Everything else looks fine with this, And I only say it would be Hasbro Toy of the Year because what else are they going to come out with?
You said Hasbro, okay?
Hasbro Toy of the Year. Not talking about third party, because this is going to be number 682 of the figures I get, but Hasbro.
Yeah, that's it's a race to the bottom for me right now. So
I can't believe they didn't. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, and it does swivel.
just so out on this set, and I was actually we posed the question when this was announced, and there was lots of comments that people are in on this set, which is really
and very excited for it. So I'm very happy. Yeah,
I am too. I'm very happy, to see somebody buying stuff, but I think it's just too far removed from what I'm used to. I never saw any media of this character or this figure, didn't even realize who he was or knew who he was, and so it's just too far removed from. I thought Deathsaurus was far removed from my norm, and
that's G1. That's literally G1.
Yeah, this takes it to a whole different span. So I'm out, but I'm happy for that people are happy about it. That makes me feel good.
I am going to be picking it up, I think, but that hand is going to make me rage. Let's move on to Earthrise Nightshade. It's a thing. It's okay. It's a fine figure.
You want it?
Hate the head. I hate that head. That is one of the worst Transformer heads I've ever seen designed. I hate it.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's so bad. With those circular eyes, I do not like their head at all. The owl mode's fine. The colors are boring as all get out. Yeah, I'm totally out on this, especially for like $20.
I actually like the colors. I like the green and the lighter whatever hue of green that is. I like them. The owl mode looks really good. It reminds me of Silverhawks, and I like that. The bot head, it's not that bad to me. It actually is okay. I don't like the feet hanging off the arms like that. I wish they
flipped around and were flush.
We're closer, yeah, we're flush or at least slid higher up. I don't like that aspect of it because it looks like he has kickstands coming out his arms. So if he gets tired, he just goes like this. So yeah, that's probably my gripe with it. I like how I thought those were weapons that are above the wings.
They are. There was another image where those are in his hand. Yeah.
So I like how those store. So I wouldn't be picking this figure up, but it's a pretty clean looking figure.
Well, you can have that in your collection, as well as this one. So this is Transformers Masterpiece Movie Series MPM 14 Bonecrusher. And I know you were very excited about this wide boy. So why don't you let us know how many of these you're going to be picking up? Okay, so Bobby's left the system. So he's going to be picking up about 3 of them. I'll answer for him.
Yeah. You know what? Your anus. That's what I think right now. Your anus.
It looks good for what it's supposed to be. We cannot deny that. They did a great job making the movie figure look like the movie, but that doesn't mean I have to like that movie design, because I do not. And I am 100% out on this.
I like the background, the
flame effects
and the rocks, and looks like something's going on. I like all of that.
They did a good job. We cannot deny that they did a good job translating the screen to a figure. They did, but it's not for me. As much as I know you cannot wait to get this in your collection. So let's move on to DNA Design, the upgrade set. They called it the Legacy Dinosaur Combiner Upgrade Parts. What do you think about this, Bobby?
The crazy thing is, I don't even know what it upgraded or what it did, because I have not looked at this figure seriously, and I'm admitting it. I thought this was such a hideous figure that I couldn't even tell you what's different about it. I'm
So they gave
assuming
it
it's probably
feet,
the feet
the
and
feet, the waist, the forearms from the elbow to the hand, and a little bit probably filling it out and stuff. That's all I've seen, and the sword.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just. Yeah, this. Um.
You have anything else to say about this? Or are you done?
I think I like the sword.
Okay, cool. I think it's just polishing a turd. There, I said it. So let's move on to Renderform's Crasher's head. So they're actually in production now, which is really cool. I was lucky enough to meet Renderform. Really cool guy. This head looks really good, but honestly, I like the Crasher head that it came with for Legacy Crasher, even though I know it's just a Mirage head repainted. I like that. I think it looks neat. So I won't be picking this up. What about you?
You know what?
Did you even open Crasher up? Did you open her up?
Yeah, so I can't actually have an opinion on this one because I don't know what her head looks like. I know what the head looks like from GoBots, but yeah.
I sent you that figure in 2022.
Yeah. I mean, I have it. I'm looking at it in the box.
All right. Well, I don't think you'd be picking this up anyways because I don't think you're going to be doing any upgrading to a Hasbro figure.
No, I've been thinking about doing the DNA upgrade for the Stunticons, and it still hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. If I found another Crasher at Ross, I might actually pick this up to have a more tune accurate one, but I didn't. So
maybe I'll find one for you and say, do you want this?
Yeah, and I'll probably at that time say no. I still wouldn't want it. Anyways, let's move on to this. So this is the Megatron height accessory set, and so it's an update to Megatron to make him look completely and utterly ridiculous. It's Halloween and he's going out as a clown looking like that because that just looks horrid. And they said that it's not involved in deformation, so I don't think he transforms with those. Or it doesn't affect it. I don't understand the translation. But either which way, I think this thing looks horrible. And this Megatron is about a head shorter than Prime, which is why they made this. And yeah, that's just sad.
I don't think it's that bad. It makes him look a little bit more menacing in the legs, like the part.
He's got Chun-Li legs then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like the feet, but the part around his upper legs and around his midsection, it makes him look a little bit more menacing, which I like for him. But with that, it does then make him bottom heavy, and he looks way too skinny up top now, and
the torso's too short.
Yes, and so it doesn't match. If it was like an armor upgrade where you had these pieces and it made him bulkier all the way around, I think it might be a little bit of a better set. But just doing the legs, it looks like you've only added half the kit to him.
Yeah, I agree. Next, we've got Fans Hobbies MB20 X-Load in the box. And this box looks really good. It's very nostalgic. And here it is with all of the ones they've done. And they all look really nice together. I only have the Galvatron, I think is what they called Galvatron. And I am going to wait for a repaint. You're the pre-order guy and I'm the repaint guy. I think that should just be our...
I don't know, because I feel like you're shorting yourself because you don't get all the repaints. At least with my pre-orders, I get all the pre-orders.
Well, yeah. I still, hey, you with your pre-orders, you just have a happy trigger figure. I actually have a budget.
I mean, my budget just gets figured out
after you buy everything, right?
Yeah. That's yeah. So I still have this pre-ordered, and I have 4 of the 5. I don't have the MB 15, just the regular naval commander. I have the A, and I think I will stay in with my pre-order on this guy, and I see them doing a repaint, which I should probably wait on the repaint as well, but I don't think I will.
So we'll see. Gonna be honest, I really want to see what they do, if they do anything with this crossload figure for a TFCon exclusive, because it's a weird figure, and I think that they're and Get Right Robot, again, shout out to him, are creative enough to do something really cool with it. So
maybe do that Ultra Magnus that you...
Oh my god. Yeah, if Fans Hobby doesn't do that themselves, please do it as a TFCon exclusive. Or Sentinel, I think it's Sentinel Maximus or something. I don't remember. It's a BotCon limited edition one that they had at TFCon for $5,000. So let's move on. I know, yeah. Let's move on to this. So this is a KO oversized Transmetal 2 Megatron from Hasbro. And we talked about this. I don't know if you remember. I think it was last year, and it was Cheeto orange with white.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? So they finally got it painted, and this thing looks really good. I have a stylized version with perfect effect, and I think I might get this too if it's reasonably priced. It's huge. I mean, look at the phone next to this thing. I don't want to pay the price for the... What was it? Jijiang? I don't remember the box. The dragon.
Winged dragon.
Yeah. There you go. I don't remember the company name. I don't want to pay like $300 for this figure, but I would pick this up now that I, have with Transart, I have an MP Predacon shelf, so I might pick this up.
When this first showed, I was like, are they re-releasing the Mega Dragon? That's because it looks really good. I may or may not pick this up because
it depends on the price.
It depends on the price, but I mean, I already have I have the red and the blue, Mega Dragon, I just forgot the name now. I have both of those. I did get the Megatron, the official Megatron. This looks a lot better. I just don't know if I need 3 of them.
Well, and that makes sense. I have the Perfect Effect Cryotech and Megatron, and then I've got the Cryotech in the Winged Dragon. I don't have one that's kind of show accurate. So I would probably pick this up. I'm waiting for it to come out and show Z and have a price, but I'll probably put a pre-order in.
I'll see how I feel.
All right, that means he's going to be picking it up. Let's get into incoming. And the first thing is something that I know you need to buy. And this is the upgrade set for their Optimus Primal by Li Jiang. And it comes with some new swords, which are really cool, and a new gorilla head, and a new prime head. And to have them all kind of back to back, you can really see the difference here. It's about $14. But if I had this figure, I would totally be picking this up. This improves it like 100 times.
So I have this figure. I think I paid $30 for it, I think.
Yeah, that's how much it is, yeah.
And so to pay $15, half the price for a head or 2 heads and 2 swords, that doesn't sound like good math to me.
I just think that the original head it came with is so bad.
It is, and honestly, and this is my fault for probably not reading more into the details. The pictures got me. I thought it had light up features, and it doesn't. but the pictures look like it was, and so that's what made me get it. And I was like, oh, only $30 for this. So I don't think I'll be putting any more money into this figure. It does make it look better, but not that much better. And it is only $15, but I don't know. That's $15. It's, would you say, shining a turd?
Yeah. I don't need this because I have the Robot Primal from I forgot what company it was, but it was based on the D-Beast design, so I'm good with that. But this next one is one I think you need to buy. If for anything else, I think you need to buy it because the fans want to see it from you. And that is New Age's H44Y Ymir. You can buy it at Show Z now. It's only $230. And I really think, let him know, fans, if you want him to get this and you want to see him review it, because I think this screams Bobby.
Nope. Not going to do it. Nope. Nope.
You got the Gold Omega. You have to get this to go with it.
I do have the Gold Omega, and it was more expensive than this is, but I don't like this at all. And
really?
Yeah, I don't like this at all. Nope. It literally looks like a blue gummy bear.
I think it looks like a hologram.
That too. But
and that's why I thought you would like it.
No, I don't typically buy clear figures. Mirage, yes. My Super Saiyan Magnus.
I was gonna say you're in Magnus. What about him?
No, that's my Super Saiyan Magnus. I'm good. That's and my Ghost Starscream. I have 3 clear figures, and that's so far so good. And this, I don't have any of the Grimlocks from New Age. So
here you go. You can start with this one.
Not gonna be able to
go from there.
Nope. Not gonna do
it. Well, will you be picking this up?
I do
this
have
is Kang Toys / Trans Age CTOF1 or 01 Hunt Pow.
I do have a pre-order in for this. The car looks probably the best in this. I think it will look really good next to my alternators. I do want to see the jet. The jet looks good from the top. I do want to see what it looks like.
So we'll get to the alt modes in a second. What do you think about the cat mode?
So I don't like them with the jet wings, but it does kind of give me the Ravage feel with the missiles on the side. I just don't want necessarily the wings sticking out like that. I think it looks good. The head looks really good on him. The teeth look very realistic.
Yeah. So 2 things. I think the wings might be parts forming. They don't look like they fold up. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And I don't know what's going on between his back 2 legs. I really hate that box that's hanging off right there. It makes him look like it makes it look like a her, and she just had a litter. Because that looks really bad. So, and it's not black. If this was black, I might think about getting it because it could be Ravage, an updated Ravage, but it's not. And here are the alt modes. You nailed it. The car looks great. The jet looks like it has a lot hanging off the bottom in this picture.
I didn't realize the feet sticking out there under the wing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they didn't show that in the other ones.
I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah.
This I don't remember seeing how much the full price is of this, but I'm hoping it's like somewhere between $75 and $110. I'd be okay.
We are going to pause really quick, and I'm going to look up that price. And we're back. Thank you for holding. So I looked up the price on TF Source. It is $170. And the price was originally, not the price. The color was originally black, and they must have changed it to silver.
Whoa. What? How much did you say it was?
$169.99.
Yeah. Okay.
So overseas retailers might have it for cheaper. Time will tell, but that's the price for domestic, as far as I can tell.
Okay. That doesn't fall into my 85 to 110 scenario. So yeah, this might not be making it into my collection, at least right now. Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Right.
Way to go, James. Thanks.
You're welcome. Your wallet will thank me. Let's go on to what was been recently released. We're going to go from things you don't want all the way to things you want the best.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So
first
one, this one is kind of for you. I know you already have the other ones coming out. This is Magic Square's MS02TC Light of Peace Optimus Prime, the toy color. So I know you don't really want this one, but how many of them are you going to be picking up?
One.
It's already on its way to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So this figure does look really good. I'd be picking it up, but I just don't need another Nemesis Prime. I do need another Nemesis Prime. I don't need another Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
This is why I really like this figure. The posing on this thing is next level, and I love it. So you're going to have to send me some shots.
I might send you that shot right there.
Yeah, it looks great.
Wow.
So,
yes, come here.
Next, we've got X-Transbots Bond. And James, I know you're kind of iffy on this one. But how many of these do you have coming to you?
So this is the Japanese version, I'm assuming?
Correct. This is the MX26B Bond and James, the Japan version. I think this looks better than the US version, if you ask me. The heads look so much better.
I still haven't transformed him.
I'm telling you, you got to film yourself. We got to see. We got to see this. Make a short or something on how easy it was to transform.
So I do have this one coming as well. So it was shipped out. So yeah,
I think it looks better.
It should. I'll be able to see in a few days.
In a few days. All right. Well, let's move on to something that I think you want more than this. You are the Legends collector, and I think you love this Galvatron. So this is Iron Factory's EX47D Void Tyrant Duel Galvatron, which is the toy colors. And I know you love this Galvatron design. You love the small size. You love that funky cannon mode. And I know you can't wait to get this in.
This I am passing on. But what I'm looking at is his hand. That open hand. It looks really big. And it looks like he has a pimp hand. Like,
I think that's perspective.
It is probably perspective,
but I see what you're saying.
It looks like he is about to smack the. Ooh, where's my money? Or where's my energon? Whatever. He looks like his pimp hand is strong.
Yeah, so I think it looks great. If it was Masterpiece scale, I would think about it, but probably not for the price they would be. But if this was $40 for a Masterpiece, I'd totally pick it up.
Easy pass.
Then the one thing that's been recently released that I think you cannot wait for is this bird right here. I know this is your favorite double dealer, alt mode. The DX9 Mini 01 Triple Changer Double Clouder came out. I know you can't wait to get this chicken in. How much do you love this chicken?
As much as I love to, I can't even think of anything right now. That's how confused I am about this. I mean, this is like getting excited for a colonoscopy or something like that. Like, I just don't want this in my collection. He's
so chunky.
His head is so small and his body
tiny.
Is so
I kind of love it.
Yeah, I think this is more your speed on these types of figures. It can definitely fit into your Beast collection, and
if they repaint it as something fun, maybe. Just out of sheer comedy, this thing looks so funny. And I know this isn't the main mode. The bot mode looks good. The truck mode looks good. Go look up we talked about it like 8 times on the news already, so I didn't want to add those in. And if you couldn't realize I was being false, it actually is opposite. The one he wants the most is in the beginning. The ones he wants the least is at the end. But hey, I'm happy to all the people that wanted a Legends Double Dealer in their collection.
You know, if I didn't have one, I have numerous MP ones. If I was a Legends collector, I would probably get this.
Yeah, it honestly looks fine for what it is.
Yeah, because I don't like the beast mode in with the MPs either
on any of them.
Yeah, so it's not. Yeah. So, thank you for making my day miserable by ending on such a sour note.
Yeah, well, you know, at least we started it off positive with that Hasbro figure, and that we saw that they can do a good Optimus Prime if they want to, and it doesn't need to look like a football player with a tiny head. Even if that's game accurate, I'm not, you know, knocking it if it is, but I just don't like that design.
No, not at all. And honestly, I think it's not just Hasbro. So, you know, we don't pick on Hasbro, and we never want to come across that way. There's figures that all companies make that we do not like, and then there's figures that come from companies that we do like, and so we really just love giving you guys our opinions on that. And you know, sometimes we hit it out the park, and other times we don't. But a lot of times it's really based off of me and James disagreeing, and that's what it's about. And so it seems like it was probably even on this news cycle. There were some good things out there. There were some not so good things out there.
I think for this particular episode, maybe we should start doing this at the end of it. We'll talk about the news in general. I think there was more negative than good. There was the Optimus Prime that was shown off, and that's the only thing I could think of that was new, that there was actually like that was good. Everything else we've already seen before.
Okay. Yeah.
Especially, but that's really good for Hasbro because they got one thing that I liked. That usually doesn't happen. If you're new, that usually doesn't happen.
Yeah. So I'll pick up that Optimus. I call it. You got to get another Hasbro figure.
What does that mean? Well, there you go. I'll pick up that Bumblebee then. So, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video around. Hit that little bell, and the most important one, subscribe.
Yes, and answer that question for us. You know, let us know if you dressed up for Halloween this year, or you know, if you did it as a younger person in your life, and let us know what you did. So until next time, we still have more TFCon news coming. So until next time, as always, till all debates are won.